Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. I'm Jaisha, and in a video that I recently did, I mentioned that I turned my clip-ins into a headband wig, and a few people mentioned that they did want to see how I did that. And so this is it right here. This is my headband wig. It's not really a wig. I mean, even though it looks like it, this is not really a wig. It's just clip-ins, and all of my hair is braided underneath it. I have no leave out, so it is an actual protective style if you want to keep your hair tucked away. The spring, summer, warmer months are coming up. Great for that season. And yeah, let me show you. I love that it looks just like my hair. But yeah, let me show you how I did this. So first things first is gonna be prepping my natural hair. As you can see, I am starting with blow-dried hair, and I'm gonna show you my braid pattern, which is nothing crazy or extravagant. I'm just gonna do a few braids going straight back. I am probably going to do maybe 5 or 6 braids just going straight back. You can do an anchor braid in the front if you want to, but I don't think it's necessary for this style in particular, and also because I feel like it's a little bit harder to lay my edges and keep the front of my hair flat when there is an anchor braid going across. So you'll see what I mean. I could probably get away with 5 braids. Do I need to do 6? Whatever, we're gonna do 6. You also do not have to blow dry your hair first before you start doing this. You can absolutely braid down wet hair. And I am going to be using this Mayel pomegranate and honey twisting souffle to put on my hair, just so that it is moisturized while it's braided up. But yeah, you can do this on wet hair. To me, it's easier to braid down stretched hair that's already dry. And the other part of that is I have to dry my hair has to be dried before I put the clip-ins on, before I put a wig or anything on top of my natural hair. I can't have my scalp and my hair underneath be wet. That's just not gonna be good. I could braid my hair down while it's wet, but then I would have to go under the dryer to make sure that it is dry. And you know, with the dryer, it's just gonna take longer. Blow drying my hair takes me 20 minutes, legit. 20 minutes, and I'm done. My hair is dry and stretched like what you see right here. If I braid my hair wet, I do have to sit under the dryer and make sure that it is fully dried, that my scalp is dried. A lot of times it's just hard for the, dang, I meant to put my gloves on. A lot of times it's just hard for the hair, the braids to dry completely when it's wet still. It's like the inside of the braid, underneath the braid, it gets really funny where it's just not fully dried because the heat isn't really reaching it. And so I think this is quicker and easier for me. But if you have time to let your braids air dry overnight, or you know, sit under the dryer for a little while and then let your hair air dry overnight so that it is completely dry, then sure, go for it. You know, do whatever works for you and your timeline and your life and your hair. I braid most of the way down, and then when I get to the ends, like probably this much left, I'll start twisting, because it just makes it easier when you go to unravel your hair for the ends to be twisted instead of braided. If you know, you know. And I've seen girls do just like 2 braids underneath their wigs or clip-ins or whatever, or I've even seen some girls just put their hair in a bun underneath a wig or clip-ins or whatever. I don't think I'll be able to do that because, I don't know, I just think my hair is too thick. And so to be able to get somewhat of a flat application, like as close to flat as I'm going to get, I think for me it's better that I have as many braids as possible. Like that would be super easy if I could do that, but I don't think that would work for me, which is why I said do whatever works for you. And not everyone can braid. There are people that just don't know how to cornrow, and I mean, I'm not trying to give no tutorial because I'm not the best at cornrowing either, but not everybody knows how to do this, so you gotta figure out how to get your hair flat if you can't. But this is usually my go-to for clip-ins and anything else really that's going on top of my hair. And I'm done with the braids. See, that took no time at all. And it doesn't have to be the neatest. I am not the best braider. I don't know what the back looks like, but that ain't none of my business or yours. So I'm just going to, so long. I'm just going to pin these up so that they're not hanging. I'm gonna pin them up kind of like that there, something like that. Where's my pins? I did not use as many pins last time. What did I do? It would be easier to sew it all together, but you know, I don't have a needle and thread right now. Sometimes it's annoying having a lot of hair. I don't know why. Sometimes I see people doing styles that have just like barely any hair, and it just seems so much easier. Okay. I don't even want to know. I don't even want to know what it looked like back there. Let's move on to putting in the clip-ins. So I have my clip-ins, my curly clip-ins. They do need to be styled from the last time that I wore them. They're still kind of frizzy, but I'm gonna do that once they are all clipped in and on my head. So I normally start with the three clips. 1, 2, 3. And that's just the size of the back of my head. So it goes from here to here. And I'm just gonna clip them in. Put it into the braid or your hair, wherever it lays, clip, boom, bang, boom. And then we're going with a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Open it up. Here's the first one down at the bottom, and I'm making a little bit of space and putting in the next one. After these first two, I go in with my 5 clip, which is the longest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I start to make a U pattern. So going from here all the way around to here, because we want this to lay straight down on the side instead of going backwards, right? That's how our normal hair would be. We'll start boom with that first one, and then just clip them in wherever they are. And that one doesn't go all the way, but most of the way. And then we'll just take the next one and start it. The same 5 clips, start it, boom, and it's gonna end the same place. Even clipping these into the braids, my hair is so thick that like, I really gotta set it in. Don't wanna clip, don't wanna close. See? Right now I'm moving on to a 4 clip, or going back to my 4 clip. Like I said, still making a U, 3 clips. Now I am simply down to my 2 clippers, the little ones, and I'm just gonna straight up, well, straight to the side, and 2 going straight back. The last one, this is as close to my hairline as I'm gonna get. So with all the clip-ins in, I know the front looks a little bit crazy, but we're gonna get to it. First things first, edges. So I'm just gonna do my edges a little bit and then tie it down while I style the rest of the hair so it has some time to set. All right, now that can set while we style these clip-ins. Starting with water, of course. And something to be careful about when I'm styling my clip-ins, I always kind of hold the root. Like especially if I'm putting a comb through it or just running my fingers through it, I'm gonna show you, but I hold it so that it doesn't pull my hair or fall out. But I'm gonna just start by wetting this hair. Got a new water bottle. My old one died on me. The last time I did this hair, I put my favorite gel. What is it called? The Curl Days Anti-Humidity Gel. So it's very strong hold, and I don't think I need to do a lot in terms of styling right now, because I can still feel that gel on there. I think it just needs to kind of be reactivated. You know, the bottom of the hair likes to get very tangled back here, so I'm just gonna work on that. But I don't think I need to do much in terms of like defining the curls. Yeah, this is all tangled up. See what I mean? Hold the top and then gently comb the bottom. It's easier if I do this in sections. So that's where we at. I mean, it's essentially just like doing my own hair. I am gonna add a little bit more product. I'm not gonna go back in with the gel because I can feel that it's still, I haven't washed the hair. I forgot to say that. I didn't wash it since the last time I wore it, but I don't need to wash it yet. So I'm just gonna go back in with some mousse to reactivate the curls and to give it a little bit of hydration. Right now the mousse, this is the only mousse, foaming mousse, whatever, gel, not gel, foaming mousse, foam mousse that I have on hand. A lot of body, wrap me foaming mousse. Defines curls, tames frizz. You've probably seen this. I really bought this when I was trying to master the roller set, but it seems to be good for many things. Next week, I'm washing the clip-ins next week. The only reason I'm even restyling this is because it got super tangled, and I just didn't want it to get more tangled and be an even bigger mess when I did finally go to wash and detangle. The last time I wore this hair, this style, like just like this with these clip-ins, somebody thought this was my hair. And I don't mean just like a random person. I mean somebody that knows me and knows my hair. I was like, did you notice my hair got longer? She's like, oh shit, I thought that was your hair. This might be my summertime hairstyle, like all summer. I think this is what it's gonna be. And you know what? I didn't even see this anywhere. I literally just thought of this on my own somehow. I don't know, I just thought I would try it out, but I didn't even see it like done on someone else and say, oh, let me try it. It just came to my head and I was like, oh, let me see if this will work. And it worked. For some pieces, I do this brush after it is detangled, and that does the shingling for me. So this is where we are. And the last step is gonna be to dry this hair. I'm gonna diffuse. And I'm just going to take the scarf off of my edges. They're fine now. And we're gonna switch that out with a headband. Boom, bada boom. That's it. And as you can see, there's like a slight bit of layering going on here. I didn't even cut this hair. I was not taking a pair of scissors to this because absolutely not. But it just kind of naturally has that layered, framed kind of look, which I love. You can't see any tracks up here. They are all hiding under other tracks or the scarf, the headband, sorry. And this is the bag. But yeah, I love how simple this is to have a style for the week. And I love that it's basically like my hair, but better, longer, fuller, like more defined. It's just like perfection. So this is probably gonna be my summer style.